That's right, I own all of these e-bikes, no joke about it, and I got them all for free, but I hate them, and I'm tired of people sending them to me. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Josh here, Daily Mountain Bike Rider. This is not clickbait. I literally have been sent all of these bikes for free from companies who are just trying to make a dime selling low-priced e-bikes to people that are halfway decent and have a huge profit margin. I made a video all about this, so please watch it wherever it's at. Click the video and let me explain it. But in this video, I have some things that I have to do in order to fulfill what I said I would. See, every time a company reaches out to me, they have a very similar email. It says, hey, I love your content, it's awesome, and I would love to send you an e-bike, and if you're willing to feature in a video like I'm about to do, you can keep it for free. Now, the funny thing is, they for sure don't watch my content, because I've made content saying, you probably shouldn't buy these e-bikes. So today, I'm going to show you each of these e-bikes, the things I like about them, and why you might not buy them, and why I would encourage you to find one that's the cheapest price that's worth it. Now, I will tell you, there are 3 bikes in this lot that I think are worth buying, and I want to point them out to you. So let's go down the line. All right, the first bike here is the Heybike. Heybike! This is, as you can see, a step-through e-bike. It's got the normal hubbed motor. This is a little bit smaller battery, but it's got 2 brakes, 2 wheels, a front fork, and it's black. And this one is pretty inexpensive on Amazon. So honestly, this one, at a scale of like not good to pretty good, this one's okay. Hey, thanks Heybike, appreciate the bike. Next up is the Himiway. I think this was the first one I got. Some upgraded saddlebags on here. And this bike is a fatter tire, supposed to be a mountain bike, but it says very clearly when you get the bike, don't ride it on the mountain. I should have said on the Heybike and this one, there's a throttle on here, which is really nice, so you don't even have to pedal. The same big hub motor, huge wheels, a big battery right here that I guess you could get a spare, but you probably shouldn't. And it's got a different screen, and you'll notice something. All of these bikes have almost the exact same components, except the screens are a little different. Sometimes a little interface on it's different, but it's the same Shimano 7-speed hub motor, huge front crank, fat tires. Himiway, this bike is okay. It's hot out here. Next up is the MagiCycle. This thing's magic. And by magic, I mean it's exactly the same as all the other bikes. This one actually, I think, is one of the best looking bigger tire bikes. These big tires though, they take a little bit of momentum to get going. You got a little cell phone case that I think was included on this MagiCycle. Again, you have a center screen, a little bit different interface, but this one, wait for it. Hear me coming from a mile away. Himiway, this bike, okay. All right, time for my least favorite one, mainly because I think it's ugly. This is, oh, it doesn't say on that side. The Haoqi. I feel so bad for butchering that. It's something like that, but this is the Snow Leopard. And as you can see, big tires, single battery, same hub motor, same thing, different screen. And this bike, the reason I don't like it is because it's ugly. I think the color scheme, I think the rims, I just don't think it looks good, but guess what? It functions just like the rest of the e-bikes. So if you can find one that's like this that works well, at a good price, do it. All right, here's another one that I cannot recommend, because this one is one that's currently not working and the only e-bike I've gotten that doesn't work. And when I reached out to the company to let them know there was a simple problem, it like flashes 10 hours, which is like trying to tell you there's something wrong with it. They never got back to me. So I would not encourage buying this bike, but before it broke, it rode great and it's kind of unique. It's called the Vtuvia. Vtuvia. Something with a V. Anyway, it is exactly like the rest of them. So this bike, I would not buy this one. All right, this one is a little unique. I actually didn't buy this one. I had a different one that I already sold. This is one that is just like the Heybike, except the seat looks like it could launch you into space. And this is, no joke, one of the best deals on Amazon. And I encourage my dad's neighbor, he lives over here, I encourage him to get this one because I think it was like 700 bucks. And you're getting the same quality as the Heybike at a lower price. And I gotta say, this thing looks like a little Italian inspired or French. I don't know what Italian and French things look like, but this looks like it. Nice bike, nice saddle, throttle, you know how it goes. All right, next up is the Avantrek, and this is one that they've done a lot of marketing for. This is the Macro Rover 100. This is probably the simplest looking one as far as the battery is concerned on the main frame, but still, you got the hub motor, you got the disc brakes, you got the same drivetrain. This one's a simple one. I kind of like it. I'd give this an average review. I'd buy this bike. All right, I'm gonna have to show you the other side of this because I think I figured out how they picked out the name for this one. You ready? I think they saw the frames and the options and the company said, you can add a motor here. And they said, that's a great name for a company. Let's call it AddMotor. And that's what they did. So this actually is a pretty slick looking bike. Again, it's all the same as the other ones. This one has mechanical disc brakes. Some of them have hydraulic ones, but this one again is a white looking one. The rims on this one are a bit different than all the ones we've looked at before, and they have the coals cut out in them, which is kind of like the fat biking style. But overall, this one's a solid looking bike. I give it a solid rating. All right, on to another dud that I would not encourage you to buy if you weigh north of 200 pounds. All right, so it's too hot out here. The camera overheated. We're back at it. So the Bezior, this bike is full suspension. Basically, they took like every other e-bike. This one has hydraulic brakes, which is kind of nice, but same big wheel, same hub motor. The only difference is they decided to put a full suspension linkage with a terrible shock that when you press too hard and you're over 200 pounds, it will dig into this black plastic part, and I'm pretty sure there's electronics in here. So again, this was not designed well. I would not encourage it unless you're under like 200 pounds, but then again, they didn't put a lot of forethought into it, so probably not one worth picking up. All right, the last two are bar none my favorite because they did something different that was actually good. This is the Avadar. You'll notice it doesn't have a rear hub motor. Thank the maker. It has a hub motor, and this one is actually pretty good. Now it does have a 2x drivetrain. Everything else on it, the hydraulic brakes or the drivetrain itself, is pretty much the same like the other bikes, but it gives such a better feel of not having a delayed motor getting put in, but the input you're putting in coming out. I would recommend this bike, one of the best ones. And the last one, which I love, which I thought I was gonna hate, is the Fiido. This folding e-bike is amazing, and here's why. Each of these e-bikes weigh like 60 or 70 pounds, and they are a pain in the rear to transport. And when I saw this, I thought, why would you want a folding one? But then I realized to buy a bike rack that can hold these e-bikes is like $1,000 or like $800. It's way too much money. And this folding e-bike, you can put it in a small car, you can put it in an SUV. It has the hub motor, it has the drivetrain, it does what you want. You might look a little funny, but who cares? It is epically awesome. So that, my friends, is the e-bikes that I've purchased. And now I know what you're thinking, Josh, no company in their right mind is ever gonna send you another e-bike. And that is where you're just wrong. You see, these companies don't watch my videos. And this is a warning to any company. If you send me an e-bike, I will make a video similar to this, letting people know that they're all the same. And then after I make the video, I will fulfill my commitment, and then I will sell said e-bike, and I will take those proceeds and I will donate them to a nonprofit charity. That's what I'm about. I'm not trying to get rich off this. I'm trying to make a point. Thank you, companies, for sending them to me. My nonprofits that I support are gonna love it, and my viewers adore this. At least I hope they do. Don't hate me, just love me. You know what time it is. Don't spend too much time watching the guy stand out in the way too hot sun reviewing a boatload of e-bikes. But get out there, ride your bike, make sure you do it every day.